guys, welcome to my channel once again. Returning subscribers, thank you guys for coming once again. I'm so grateful. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Omobeejay, and I love to blog about my life, lifestyle, gratitude, God, every other thing that excites me, and sometimes relocation tips. And yeah, this video is just one of such sometimes. So today's vlog, we're just gonna be discussing, okay, now I've got the visa, what's next? Like, what am I supposed to pack? What am I supposed to know? What things am I supposed to do? And all of that. So if you don't subscribe to the channel yet, please do well to subscribe to the channel. I welcome you to the family, and let's also grow this little community of us together. Okay, so without much ado, I'm just gonna go straight into the video now. Yes, I got the visa. What's next? What am I packing? What should I do? What should I know? I remember when I got my visa, when I was preparing to relocate back then, I did go through, like, you know, there's this anxiety, especially if you've not done it before, you don't travel frequently, you've not gone on plane before, it's your first time. I was quite anxious, I was quite nervous. I just didn't know. I watched lots and lots of videos on YouTube trying to see, okay, what should I expect, what should I do. I read lots of blogs. Yeah, they were quite helpful. It did help to ease the tension and relieve the anxiety. But yes, I just felt, okay, since we'll be talking about, okay, step by step to relocate, okay, yes, but I'm even finished now. What is the next step? Yes, that's what this video is about. First of all, I'll just congratulate you for getting the visa. Yes, it might be for study, it might be for work, it might be for anything. Yes, I'm congratulating you. And irrespective of how long it is, probably it's permanent relocation or you just study for 2 years, like, it doesn't matter how long as you are going to be relocating, you're going to be leaving your comfort zone for, even if it's for 3 months, is worth packing well for. I mean, how much more when you're gonna be leaving for 365 times 2, that's about 730 days. So that's even if you're going for study. So, but yes, irrespective of how long or what you're relocating for, most importantly is you are relocating, and there are certain things that you should bear in mind, especially if you're a first timer like me. Now we have the visa, we have to start thinking of packing. What am I packing? What are the important things I need to pack? You don't have all the space in the world. You don't have to pack everything. So what are the major things I need to pack, and what things do I really not have to pack? So before we go into what to pack, okay, how about let's consider, where am I going to pack these things? What kind of luggage, suitcase am I going to have? And most times, it depends on affluence, I would say, but most times people fly economy, and when you fly economy, you have allowance for 23 kg and one hand luggage, which is usually about 8 to 10 kg depending on the airline. And then you also have an extra bag or a backpack or a handbag. So basically you have just 4 bags or 4 suitcases or 4 allowances. First one is about 23 kg, which is usually about the size of a large box. Well, the 23 kg is like including, by the time you've packed, it should be about 23 kg. So it's usually about the size of a large box or a big bag. But in all that I pack, it just ensure it doesn't exceed 23 kg. And then you have the smallest size of box. I'll show you pictures of what mine looks like, so you can just have an idea of what we're talking about. So the smallest size is could be your your hand luggage, and then you can have a backpack or a handbag, which most times they don't measure, but that's just for basic things, could just be in there. So while shopping for a suitcase, I would advise that you get a durable one and one that is lightweight. It could be a box, it could be a box, and it could be a bag. It's up to you. When I was coming, I did 1 bag and 1 box, even though that box durability is far from it, because I used it just once, and if I need to travel again now, I can't use that box. That's the annoying thing. So it has to be durable in the sense that it should be able to withstand any pressure or any rigors you have in the airport, because you're not going to see your box anyway. You don't know how it's going to be handled. I think in the case of mine, it wasn't very durable because I picked it up at the airport after arrival, and the wheels were not just it again. I don't know what happened to it. So I told myself I'm not gonna get anything similar to that anymore because it wasn't durable at all. And lightweight in the sense that because we understand that you have to pack about 23 kg, it's not going to be good when you are trying to pack 23 kg and then your box alone is already taking like 7 kg. Like, how much space do you have left? So it's usually good you go for something lightweight, such that about 4 or less than 5 kg, so you still have enough space. So you could do 2 suitcases, and you could as well do 2 bags, and you could as well do 1 bag and 1 suitcase. It's up to you. 2 suitcases for convenience. And yes, I'll also advise, if you're going to be getting a suitcase, it's good you get a 4-wheeled suitcase. It makes navigating through the airport more convenient for you because you don't have to be struggling to pull or push your box or your luggage till you eventually find a trolley at the airport, just for convenience basically. But usually there are usually trolleys at the airport where you can get to put your luggage, and then it's just that one you're gonna push and till you eventually get through security or to arrivals or departure or anywhere it is. So we've talked about life, we've talked about durability, we've talked about it could be 2 boxes or 2. It depends on how much you want to pack and what works for you really. If you think you really want to pack so much, then I would advise you go for the bags. But if you think you really don't have so much to pack, yeah. And the fact that you have this 2 times 23 kg doesn't mean that you have to pack or exhaust it. If you think it's just 1 bag you need and you'll be fine with, it's fine. Nobody would say at the airport that, okay, you have allowance of 2 times 23, why are you bringing 1 bag? Please, what's your own? Yes, I would also advise, okay, yeah, after you've gotten your luggage, another thing I would advise that you get alongside with your luggage suitcase is going to be a weighing scale such as this, or you could also use the normal weighing scale, body weighing scale. So, and the reason I would encourage or advise this is so that you can keep tab on your the weight of your luggage, such that you know that you are allowed only 23 kg, you are not exceeding it. Using this worked pretty well for me while I was packing to come, because I mean, when I got to the airport, my luggage was just on point. I didn't have to start thinking of what am I going to remove now, what should I not remove. I already did all of those mathematics at home before coming. I already looked through. I say it's 25 kg, I know that no, it's 23 kg. I have to remove some things, and it was just perfect, on point. When it was weighed at the airport, it was just 23 kg or 23 kg point something, which wasn't out of or like over the board. So I was just allowed, and I didn't have issues with security or having to think of what to remove. And it's usually not so nice when you have to be removing stuff at the airport there, because it's quite, you don't know what to remove, and sometimes you might not even have any relatives around to probably take those things back for you, and you just end up maybe just giving it out, something you must have bought really expensive. So it's not good for you to be parting with such items at the airport. So I would advise you weigh your luggage well. You could use this one. Well, this one, the disadvantage of this is that it's good for let's say you know what the big bag is already, and then you're like contemplating, what do I remove, what do I not remove. This is very good to just know, oh, this food item I have here is just 2 kg, so I can put it, oh, this thing is 5 kg, let me remove it and add this one. But using it for big ones, it's quite, maybe for me anyway, you know, I see my body physique now, how many am I? It's usually quite difficult for me to say I'm pulling a 23 kg bag on this. Most times I'm unable to. So for that purpose, I would rather put it on a scale, a body scale, know what the weight of the bag is, and this will just be useful for removing and adding. Basically, the idea is just know the weight of your luggage before you leave home. It saves you a lot of stress at the airport. So yes, now that we know about the luggage, what's the next thing we need to do? What do I pack? What goes where? First thing, I would say clothes. Number one, with respect to clothes, it depends on where you are or where you are currently and where you're going to. If you're going to somewhere that, for instance, I'm in Nigeria and I come from the tropical area, it's quite warm, and I had to relocate to the United Kingdom, which is very cold. I mean, two extreme temperatures. I remember when I picked at the airport then, like, I was damn cold. They're asking me, what's your temperature in your country like? Like, I really did not even know what the temperature in my country was, because it was always warm. The sun was always dead hot. So it was quite two extreme temperatures. So if I pack clothes like this, which is very suitable for back home, if I do pack so much of it and bring it here, it's not gonna make sense, because the weather is most times cold. I can't wear this out in winter. I can't wear this out in autumn, even in spring. It's just in summer, and even the summer itself, it has to be warm days. But I'm in the house, I'm indoor, so yeah, the heater is on. I can afford to dress like this. So packing stuff like this would not make any sense. You just occupy space and you don't need it. So most times the clothes are usually not very suitable. I would advise that you just pack a couple, some bottoms you can make use of, and then a couple of tops. When you get in here, you can always shop to suit your environment here. Say two or three jeans trousers, and maybe 4 or 5 tops, and that was all. You could also come with your natives, because there are times that you really be like, I want to wear Ankara, I want to wear lace. Even though many times, more often than not, there is nowhere you want to wear it to, because you cannot be wearing lace in winter to church. Like, we are even going to church is the only place you can think of going to wear, or maybe parties, but it's usually not common. Plus, you're just coming in. I'm sure all of those things will not be things you want to really delve into at that time. So when you get in here, as for being the first timer, you will definitely find enough couple of stores around to shop in, and there are pretty cheap ones in quotes where you can just get stuff to just use for the time being. You don't have to go for the really expensive ones. For instance, in the UK now, the go-to shop for first timers is always Primark or Poundland. Yes, you get really affordable stuff. Sometimes they are durable and sometimes they are not, but it's not so expensive. Another go-to shop is Everything £5. Everything £5. They have nice stuff. Sometimes they have not so nice stuff. It just depends. But basically, all I'm trying to say is you have stores where you can shop and get clothes to suit the environment and not very expensive rate. And that's number one. The other things you need to pack, if you're coming for study, or even if it's probably for work, you could think of a couple of books, say your Bible, your hard copy Bible for Christians or Muslims, your Quran, or your holy book basically. And if it's you're coming for study, yeah, it's a digital world now. You really don't have to carry so much books. You can always get a hard soft copy. But if you think that this book is very, very important, you really have to carry it, yes, you can carry it if you want. But that the books are going to be quite weighty, and you don't want books to take all of your luggage allowance. So just do the very, very important books. Another thing you need to pack, or you need to consider while packing, would be your original documents. I reckon you don't want to have to go to tell DHL to bring an important document for you after you have arrived here. So you have to pack all your essential documents, original documents, have them packed in a file, in a folder, and then you pack it in. Yeah, it's important that you do that. Then the next one, and which I would say would be the most important one, is going to be food items, and that's what take the bulk of the space. And this is because it's an entirely different environment. Like, I mean, I remember when I just arrived, I was lodged in an hotel, and I think it came with maybe breakfast and dinner, and excuse me, I eat amala too. I could not see amala and eat. I'll show you pictures of what ordering food was like then for me. I mean, when I see the menu, it's always like, what is all this? I can't relate. I can't deal. I end up going for, chicken is in this menu. Okay, at least I know chicken. And then I'll select chicken. On one of those nights, I was really craving amala. And then eventually I went to the cafe to have something to eat. I should order the food. It was salad and grass. I could not cry. And then later I was like, okay, let me consider the bread and coke option. At least we eat that very well. The bread wasn't the bread I was used to. It was, oh gosh, I don't want to think about those things. So yes, food items are important things you need to put into consideration while packing, and that's because it's a different environment. The food is different, the culture is different, I was really looking forward to going into my own apartment or going into somewhere I was going to be able to cook something I can eat. The very first food I cooked, I think it was jollof rice. I mean, that jollof rice, you know, when you've been desiring something so much, that jollof rice, it was over satisfying. So yes, you need to pack food, you need to pack, you get those items here or wherever country it is you're going to, but it's important to bear it in mind that it's gonna be expensive, in the sense that you won't find it as easily as you find it back home. And at that time when you just arrive, you keep converting from naira to whatever currency it is. So many times usually like, this is so much money, this is so much money. So for the first couple of months till you settle in, it's important that you come in with food items you can still manage with. You don't have to bring rice, because I think it's easier to get rice here, so you don't have to pack rice, except you want to pack the local rice, say ofada. That one is allowed. But if it is the regular rice, you really don't have to. Then beans is important if you're a beans lover. I had friends, Ekiti people, that cannot do without yam. They packed yam. Even though yam could be quite weighty, like a tuber of yam could be about 2 or 3 kg already. So you just have to weigh it, like, is it worth it to take just this yam when I could have taken these other things? I think during my time, I think I eventually dropped the tuber of yam I wanted to carry, because when my luggage was just going overboard and had to remove several things. But I had friends who packed yam, so if you want to, you could consider your stock cubes, Maggie, the one you are used to. If it's not chicken, if it's Maggie, the ones I have seen in their regular stores here, I think I bought 1 or 2 then, and it's not it at all. So you could get some of that when you're coming. You could get your local food. If you are Yoruba, you could get egusi, you could get akmo, you could get crayfish, you could get momo, you could get just food items that you know that these are the things I would eat. For Igbo people, I think utazi leaf, iru, and while you're packing all of these things, you pack them in such a way that you put them in airtight containers or airtight Ziploc bags. I'll show you one Ziploc bag, what it looks like. So it's airtight, and you just put them in there, so avoid smells, and just pack it, let it be really compact. To be sealed, you could decide to use containers, and you could decide to use a Ziploc bag. It's up to you, anyone that would help you maximize the little space that you have. And then I'll move on to the next one, which is liquids. So the liquids in your hand luggage, that's a very small one, your hand luggage, you would not be allowed liquids of more than 100 mils, so it has to be less than 100 mils. So if you are considering saying you want to get toothpaste, you want to get hand sanitizer, you want to get some facial cleansing lotion, even bottle of water, you are not allowed bottle of water of more than 100 mils. So most times when you get through security, you tend to throw away the drink and go with something empty. But when you get to the duty-free area, you can always get drinks, get water, and even on the plane you can always get water and ask the air hostesses to give you drinks if you need to. But I just learned something recently. I mean, I was damn thirsty. I drink water quite much. They will not come with one tiny cup like this. I'll call again, I need water. They call me one tiny cup. I'm like, you people, it's not doing me. But in recent times, I was reading through something and I got to realize that you can actually ask them to fill your own bottle. That was what I didn't know when I flew the first time. So yes, that's something I now know, and I think I would make use of if I need to fly again. So your liquids for your hand luggage, it has to be 100 mils. So, and when you're packing them, it has to be in a Ziploc bag. It has to be in a Ziploc bag, a transparent Ziploc bag, sealed, and it has to be there. And it's not allowed such that you would say you have a 500 mils container and then the remaining thing inside is 100 mils. It's not allowed. It has to be 100 mils container. Not that you say you have 500. What is remaining inside? That's not allowed. But for the ones that are above 100 mils that you really need to have to pack, is going to be in your checked luggage, and your checked luggage is not going to be with you on the plane. That would once your checked luggage is checked in, the next time you'd see it would be at your arrival. So what you have on you will just be maybe a backpack or a handbag and your hand luggage. And now for packing those ones, I would advise that you ensure it is as light as possible for convenience, because sometimes you need to connect to other flights. If you need to connect to other flights, when you need to move from one terminal to another, it's not going to be good when you have to be struggling with something that is so heavy. Having something light and handy would make it easy for you to maneuver and manipulate and just everything. I remember when I had to stop over at Istanbul while I was coming. I mean, I nearly missed my flights. I can't imagine if I did not even pack lights. So sometimes it could be like that. So I advise that you pack light with that. So that's that about the liquid. So the liquid to go in that bag, and it also has to be in Ziploc containers to avoid spillage and all of that. So another thing you need to pack is going to be your self-care products. Say if it's your hair, it's naturalista. If it is your body cream, your items, your things that you use everyday items. So you don't have to come with one that would last you for a year, but at least come with something that will last you for a couple of months till you settle in. For instance, me, when I got here, I came in with some sanitary towels always. And when I got in here, before I was able to get sanitary towels that would suit me. And the thing about here is they have a million options. I mean, when you go to store, you just see so many. Back home, I know there's blue and there's pink. Finish. This one like this, you will see always ultra, always platinum, always kinikon, always kinikon. That's always section. You will now see another one. You see body shape, body form, body something. There are just a million options. It was just quite difficult and overwhelming for me getting something I could make use of at that time. So I tried, maybe a tampon would work. I tried to get the tampon. It's still inside. I did not use. I just tried a couple of options. And I should also warn you, when you arrive, there's a high tendency for you to just buy lots of things you don't need that you won't end up using. And that's because you are new. So when it happens, don't kill yourself over it. It's not just even that one I bought. There were a couple of other things I bought that I'll finish buying it and eventually I'm unable to use it. But it's not my fault. I needed to buy it at that time and it wasn't useful in the end. That's kind of thing. So come with your self-care products, something you can manage with your body cream, your deodorants, antiperspirants, like your self-care products basically for the first couple of months till you settle in. And while you've settled in, you keep going to stores, you see things you know you need to replace them, so you just have a look and you see what is going to work for you. But when you arrive, getting to sort all of those things out at that time is not something that I think would be advisable to do in the midst of other things that need to be done. And the next one is going to be utensils. Yes, I know of people that came with pots that came with cups, that came with knives, that came with all of those things. Yes, when I saw it, I'm like, well, it can be good and the other side of it. But when I arrived into a shared house, or a fully furnished house, a shared house. So I had a room in a house. Those are the kind of terms we use here. So in the house, it was fully furnished. There were pots, there were plates, there were a series of cups, there was everything you need. So there wasn't really any need for me to come with those. If I had come with it, it would have just taken space. But when I had to move out of that house to an unfurnished house, I realized that I didn't have anything. I had to start getting all of those things. But yes, at that time I had settled in. So yes, in line of that, I'll just advise that where your accommodation would be would determine whether you need to pack utensils or not. If your accommodation is sorted and it's going to be in a furnished house, I reckon you don't have to carry pots or plates or knives, or you don't have to. But if your accommodation is in an unfurnished house, then you need to. And it doesn't mean that you should not go and buy a set of 5 and say you are bringing pots. It's just 1 or 2, and it should even be lightweight that you can just use in the meantime till you settle in or till you can shop for more. It has to be something very, maybe one or two pots, knife, spoon, one serving spoon is enough. 1 cup that I can use to drink water or make tea or something. Just one of everything. That is if you are going to an unfurnished or semi-furnished apartment. Another thing I'll need to mention here is to make your packing easier. you could do them in bubbles. I've not tried that before, but one of the days I was reading online regarding packing and traveling, I saw something about bubbles, more like where it makes your packing easier, and it also makes your packing well sorted such that you know this is what is in this bubble, and then you just keep it in your bag. And it also helps you to maximize space, so you can also look that up if you would like. So extras that might just need to add that is not related to packing. I would advise that when you're coming for your numbers, let's say for me in my case now, the number you use, I was advised then to recharge about 500k, sorry, 500k, so if I recharge about 5k airtime on it, because when you arrive at the airport you would still be roaming for a while, so you are able to reach out to people or reach out to whoever is coming to get you. But yes, there would be Wi-Fi in the airport anyway, so you can always connect to the airport's Wi-Fi. But if you're out of the airport or within reach of the or out of reach of the Wi-Fi of the airport, it's important that you have something you can use to at least connect to the internet. So recharge your phone about 5k or more, it depends on you, so that you are able to roam while till you eventually settle in and get a SIM here and all of that. So what goes in your hand luggage, have I said that? No, I haven't. What goes in your hand luggage, you could have your devices, your charger, a power bank, a drink. Are you allowed snacks? I think it depends. I'm not very sure. I think you are allowed snacks, but most times you're even unable to eat it. But even the snacks, it's not like you pack all the snacks inside this world and put it. There's just a couple. And what else you could have a change of clothes, a new set of clothes, because sometimes depending on how long the flight is, you might want to be fresh to freshen up, so you might have a change. And also it's also important to have a change of clothes, because sometimes we've had people who they don't get their luggage immediately they get to their destination. Maybe it's delayed or something happens. So if you don't have a new set of clothes, what will happen? So with that, you are able to change it to something else, so you're able to sort your luggage out. What else? Okay, yeah, important. Inside your hand luggage, you'd also have your travel documents, your passport, your boarding pass, and all of that. You might also want to consider a travel pillow or a neck pillow for convenience. A neck pillow for convenience. Yeah, so for your neck, I saw lots of people using it when I was coming, but I didn't even know about it. So it's just such that you are able to relax a bit when I'll show you a picture. You're able to relax a bit while you are on board, and to make sleeping comfortable or a bit more convenient for you. And when you are checking in, I would also advise that when you are checking into the plane, there are you'd see the layout of the plane on there. You could either do a aisle seat or you do a window seat, to let you know if it's close to the toilet, to let you know if it's close to the rear, to let each of these places has its own advantages. But I would advise that you do close to the window. Yes, close to the window could be cold, like colder than if it was the aisle, but I think it gives you some you time. You don't have to have somebody waking you up each time or disturbing you each time to go out to use the toilet or something. So yes, choosing the window seat is good. And yes, you can also get to see what the view outside is like. Disadvantage of aisle is somebody can keep telling you to stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. And I would not also advise that you go for a seat that is close to the toilet, because people will keep going in and out of there. And even if you say you want to catch some sleep, because people keep coming and going, you are unable to. What else? I think sometimes people advise you could do headsets, a noise cancelling headset. Is that what they call it? I think so. So yeah, it could also help. I think you'll get eye shutters on the plane. These ones you use here. I think you get that. I think some airlines provide it, and if they don't provide it, you could also go with yours too. It helps you to be more comfortable. And what else? Yeah, you should also know your You should also know your itinerary too, like know where, when you were going where and how. I nearly missed my flight. I mean, my connecting flights. I nearly missed it. And why did I nearly miss it? Can I remember? I think getting to navigate between the terminal I was to the next boarding gates, I just kept going back and forth, and there was now language barrier again. I couldn't ask anybody. Like, oh gosh, because of that experience, I'm not looking forward to doing any connecting flight again. I would rather do a direct flight. But yes, I understand that it's not every time you would always get direct flights. There, whether you like it or not, you still do connecting flights. So yes, know your itinerary, know when you're going where. And yes, I'll also advise that there should be, if you'll be having a connecting flight, it's always good to have ample time between when you stop here and when you're going on the next one. I think that was the issue I had. It was just about 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, and the boarding gates were just two different extremes. So it was quite challenging and overwhelming for me. So if there is ample time, I think you'll be fine. You really don't have any problem. And yes, dress warm. If you're going to somewhere, you need to know what the temperature of where you're going to is. Is it somewhere warm? What season are they in? If you're going to be coming in, let's say during winter, it is important that you dress warm such that you will not run back. You will not step out of the airport and be like that, yeah, what's go pow, and then you run back inside, because in the airport the radiators and the heating is usually on, so you really may not feel it yet. That kind of, so you dress warm. You should just dress warm. Have a coat, have your jumper, have your sweater, layer up if you need to, have a pair of gloves if it's winter, if it's proper winter. And yes, so that is also very important for you to do. You don't, your coat is not part of your the space, your luggage, your allowance, so you can always have that on you as part of your dressing. Yeah, then that's that. Then you should also get a suitable footwear. I would advise that you get slip-ons, like such that you don't have to be tying laces, because when you're passing through security, you go from this place to this place, you remove your shoes, you remove everything, and then you get checked, and then you move on to the next one. You have to wear it quickly and move on like that, and you just keep removing and putting. And it's usually stressful when you remove. Now you have laces around, you need to tie the laces before you move. But if you have something that does not have laces, I just slip your leg into it, bam, you carry your bag, put it together, move on to the next place. It's quite easier for you to do. So you should wear a suitable and comfortable footwear to make your passing through security control, to make it easier and smoother for you. I mean, there are loads and loads and loads of tips and things you need to know, but I think I'll just stop here and leave you to figure out the remaining by the time you fly. Yes, it's quite an interesting one. It's quite exciting. Like, it's just a good experience, really. Yeah, it's a good experience. So the first time experience for me, I enjoyed it. So yeah, these are just the basic things that you need to know. Okay, and on a final note, I'll just say that because of the COVID situation that we have currently, unlike before, when you know that you fly and then you get to your destination, you can go about your normal activities as usual. But now, many times, lots of countries need you to isolate for a couple of days or weeks, 10 days, or sometimes 2 weeks, depending on the country. And that means you are not allowed to go into stores, you are not allowed to go shopping, you are not allowed to mix with people. Yeah, and it's so important, very important, that while you are isolating, you have a couple of things to eat. Depending on where you're going to, you might find people to shop for you, and then you might as well do some online shopping if you need to. But it's important that you have things you can manage with. So I would advise that you come with snacks. You could come with maybe cornflakes or something you can cook while you are during your isolation, something you can eat and make use of and cook during your isolation. Just put that in your packing list or packing considerations. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Just things you know that for the next 2 years or for the next so number of years, how easily would it be for me to do without those things? Just pack them and don't overpack too. You are coming to wherever you are going to start a new life. So you just adapt whether you like it or not. Yeah, till you see me again in my next video. I hope you got one or two things from this video. If there are any more questions you think you would like to ask or clarify, you can let me know in the comment section. I'm more than happy to, you know. Okay, so yeah, if you don't subscribe to my channel yet, please do well to subscribe. Your subscription means a lot to me, and we can also get to grow this little community of ours together. Till you see me again in my next video, I remain your darling Omobeejay. Remain in God, and God bless you, and have a nice trip whenever that is, because I know for you to have watched this video, you must be having a trip in mind. I wish you journey mercies on your trip, and I wish you the best life in wherever it is you'll be going to settle in. All right, bye.